Once a household name, a celebrity who dominated the music, film, or fashion world now lives in the shadows of their past fame. Once at the top, this person had it all: the adoration of fans, luxury, and a career filled with promise. But in the blink of an eye, they were written off by the public, discarded by agents, and forgotten by the industry they once ruled. Their fall from grace wasn't just due to bad luck. It was orchestrated by a powerful network of jealous rivals, shady industry players, and personal betrayals. The main character, a once popular celebrity, is now living a quiet life, far removed from the limelight. They've kept to themselves, retreating from public appearances and social media, nursing a broken spirit after their career crumbled. But deep down, the hunger for revenge and redemption burns inside them. The protagonists' childhood had always been an enigma to the public. Despite their well-known persona as a creative genius, there had always been whispers about their family life, questions about their upbringing, and the mysterious absence of certain family members in the public eye. It wasn't until they found a letter hidden in one of their old notebooks that the pieces of their life began to come together in ways they never imagined. At first, the letter seemed harmless. It was written in their mother's handwriting, but the words were strange, cryptic, and something they had never seen before. The letter spoke of a family secret and how it would change everything once the protagonist found out. The letter ended with a plea: "Find the truth before it's too late." The protagonist, confused and intrigued, couldn't ignore the weight of those words. What was their mother hiding from them? And why was this secret being kept from them for so long? The next few days were a blur. The protagonist couldn't focus on their work, their family, or even their music. The question consumed them. What could this secret be? Their mother had always been a guiding light, the one constant in their tumultuous life. They remembered her kind words and warm embrace, but never did she mention anything about a secret or hidden truth. Determined to uncover the mystery, the protagonist reached out to older relatives. They spoke to their aunt, who had always been a part of their life, but remained somewhat distant over the years. At first, she denied knowing anything about the letter, but the protagonist could see the hesitation in her eyes. After some persuasion, she finally broke down. She revealed that there had been an event in their family's history, a betrayal that shook the foundation of their lives, but she refused to share more, saying it was something the protagonist had to discover on their own. The more the protagonist probed, the more they felt a deep, gnawing sense of unease. Their mind raced with the possibility of a family member holding a secret that could shatter everything they believed about themselves. They knew they couldn't rest until they uncovered the truth. One evening, as they sat in their study surrounded by their collection of art and music, the protagonist made a decision. They would visit their mother's old home. Perhaps the answers lay there. As they drove through the familiar streets of their childhood neighborhood, memories of the past flooded their mind. The old friends, the struggles, the quiet moments with their mother. When they arrived at the house, it was empty, but something about it felt different. It had always been a place of comfort, but now it felt like a relic of a past they had forgotten. They made their way to the attic, the place where their mother had kept all their old family treasures. There, hidden among boxes of photos and keepsakes, they found something that would change everything: a box with their father's name on it. The protagonist opened the box with trembling hands, unsure of what they were about to discover. Inside, there were old letters, photographs, and even a few personal items that belonged to their father, who had been absent for most of their life. But what caught their eye was a letter addressed to their mother, written years before the protagonist was born. The letter revealed a truth so shocking, so beyond comprehension, that the protagonist could hardly believe their eyes. Their father had been involved in a secret life, a life that the protagonist had never known about. Their father wasn't just absent due to work or personal reasons. He had been involved in illegal activities, keeping his true identity hidden from everyone, including the protagonist's mother. The protagonist sat in silence for what felt like hours. The weight of the revelation crashed down on them. Their whole life had been built on a foundation that was now shattered. The identity of their father, the person who was supposed to be their guiding figure, had been a lie. All the love and admiration they had for their mother, the woman who had always been their rock, suddenly felt complicated. Why hadn't she told them the truth? Why had she chosen to protect them from this dark side of their family history? As the protagonist processed the truth, a sense of betrayal, confusion, and anger built within them. They felt lost, like the ground beneath them was no longer solid. Their mind raced with questions. What did this mean for their legacy? What did it mean for their identity as a father, as a husband, and as a man? The idea of living under a false pretense was one they had never entertained. They had always prided themselves on being authentic, on speaking their truth, but now they were forced to reckon with a truth they never expected. The shock wasn't just about their father's past, it was about the reality of their own place in the world. They had always been an artist who explored their own personal battles through music, but now the battle wasn't just internal, it was about confronting the truth about their family, their legacy, and the life they had built. With this newfound knowledge, the protagonist felt conflicted. They could expose the secret to the world, but at what cost? Their family's reputation would be ruined, and the public would never look at them the same way again. Or they could keep the truth to themselves, forever living with the weight of this dark revelation, silently carrying the burden of their father's choices. In the end, they realized that the truth was not just a part of their past, it was a part of their future. And no matter how painful, they had to face it head on. Their life, their art, and their identity had always been about breaking boundaries and challenging expectations. Now, it was about confronting the one thing they never thought they'd have to face: the truth about their family, their heritage, and the legacy that would define them. As the protagonist made the decision to share this story with the world, they understood that no matter how much the truth hurt, it was the only way forward. This revelation would shape the next chapter of their life, and their music would never be the same again. The world would see a different person, the one who not only conquered the music industry, but also faced the darkest truths about their past. This version removes the headings and provides a more dynamic and emotional narrative, keeping the audience engaged with varying points of view and shocking revelations throughout. Let me know if you'd like any further adjustments.